Today we have brought you the latest Tesla news. Tesla price cuts in China stoke demand despite protests. Tesla Model 3 tops German car market once again, Model Y follows. IDRA prepares 9,000-ton Giga Press for shipment to Asia. And Tesla using caliper covers on Model Y performance rear brakes after switching suppliers last summer. Let's get into all the details. So let's get started. The price cuts issued by Tesla earlier this year in China are stoking demand despite the current protests at Tesla locations in the country. Over the past year, China has emerged as one of the world's most competitive electric vehicle markets. The country has seen numerous offerings from countless brands, covering numerous price points and every vehicle segment you can think of. And in turn, Tesla has been forced to cut prices to remain competitive, and according to Tesla's Chinese ordering site, these discounts may be enticing buyers despite the protests surrounding the controversial discount. According to delivery times originally reported by Reuters, vehicles are now scheduled for delivery nearly a week longer than previously, indicating that the recently lowered price may be enticing consumers. The price cut in China is certainly substantial, revealing both why demand may be spiking and why local customers are protesting the recent change. The price cut can amount to as much as 13.5% of the purchase price of a base model vehicle, equating to as much as $5,300 off a base Model 3. And customers who missed the unannounced price cut by mere days may feel as though the rug has been pulled out from under them. While Tesla has yet to respond to protesters in China, the protesters have made their demands clear via posters and posts on social media. Protesters in Shanghai gave Tesla staff a list of 4 demands: apologize to customers for the unannounced price cut, provide 62,000 free supercharging miles to customers who missed the discount by only a week, provide a free full self-driving upgrade to affected customers, and provide points to the Tesla profiles of previous customers in further compensation. According to comments made by Tesla staff late last week, they promised protesters that they would have a response available by Tuesday this week, though it is unclear if that promise will be met. As noted by analysis and translation from Car News China, this is far from the first time Chinese customers have aired their grievances with the American automaker. Perhaps one of the other most notable protests was regarding alleged brake failure that many believed Tesla was either hiding or ignoring. This problem got so bad that local news began to call the vehicles a potential hazard, despite no evidence of the brake failure becoming available. It remains unclear how the conflict between the Chinese consumers and Tesla will be resolved, or if any resolution will be reached. Nonetheless, it is clear that despite the protests happening, the sheer size of the Chinese market has meant that many consumers are still seizing the opportunity to purchase a Tesla at a lower price than normal. And who knows, maybe some of those sweet price cuts will head toward American shores in the new year. Moving to the next update, Tesla Model 3 tops German car market once again, Model Y follows. The Tesla Model 3 and the Model Y had incredible sales success in Germany in the final month of 2022. Since their introduction to European markets, the Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y have been remarkable sales successes, even becoming the best-selling vehicles in many notable markets. According to data released by the KBA, the German car registration agency, both of Tesla's most popular vehicles found critical success in the final month of 2022. According to the KBA, the Tesla Model 3 was not only the best-selling EV, but the best-selling vehicle overall in December, while the Tesla Model Y was the best-selling SUV during the month. This follows only a couple of months after the Model Y held the title of the best-selling vehicle, a title previously dominated by Volkswagen vehicles. Overall, the top 3 vehicles by sales in December were the Tesla Model 3, the Fiat 500, and the Tesla Model Y. Last month was the first month the Model 3 overtook its larger sibling in terms of sales in Germany, but that trend only seems to be accelerating as its sales continue to multiply month over month. EVs generally performed well in December. Other notable achievements include the top-selling luxury vehicle, which was the Porsche Taycan, and the best-selling compact vehicle, the Volkswagen ID.3. Overall, 4 of the 10 tracked retail segments were dominated by electric vehicles. This model-specific sales data comes only a couple of days after the KBA found that Tesla had rapidly grown sales throughout 2022 and was disrupting the local hegemon, Volkswagen. And this has only become more evident as the ever-popular Volkswagen Golf and Volkswagen Tiguan fell out of the top 3 best-selling vehicles for yet another month. It is now more clear than ever that technically advanced electric vehicles dominate the world's largest car markets. And due to Tesla's success at delivering these exact products, it's no wonder that consumers are choosing the American up-and-comer over legacy brands. It now falls on Tesla to replicate its success in the new year. Moving to the next update, IDRA prepares 9,000-ton Giga Press for shipment to Asia. IDRA has announced that it is sending a 9,000-ton Giga Press to Asia. IDRA has gained notoriety over the past year for being the supplier of the Giga Press, which allows massive metal castings to be made, including the Tesla Cybertruck frame. This allows the manufacturer to limit the number of parts per vehicle and simplify manufacturing, hence reducing cost. Now, IDRA has announced that it is sending yet another of its Giga Presses to an anonymous buyer in Asia. The LinkedIn post announcing the shipment of the new Giga Press lacks detail. Still, it does show the press in final testing before heading to its future home, somewhere in Asia, leaving many to wonder who the secretive buyer might be. As Tesla has become known for its dedication to lowering production costs, most recently through the use of IDRA's largest commercial press machine, many have wondered if the new press is headed to Tesla's largest production facility in China. From publicly available information, it is entirely possible. The first Giga Press that Tesla ordered has only just begun to arrive in Texas recently, ahead of Cybertruck production, which is expected to commence in Q1 of this year and enter mass production by the second half of the year. Tesla is currently working on its next-generation vehicle platform, the first vehicle receiving the upgrade being the Model 3. And further, because many anticipate the newest generation to focus on cost reduction and production simplification, the new Giga Press could be a key tool for the automaker to achieve its goals. On top of that, Tesla's Giga Shanghai location produces the Model 3 in huge numbers, making it an ideal candidate for production upgrade. It cannot be overstated to note that the Giga Press could be going to a myriad of other potential buyers. While Tesla certainly has a use for the machine, other Asian manufacturers, such as Hyundai's Industrial Machinery division, could also likely find a use. With the next generation Model 3 just around the corner, many are looking forward to the upgrades that could be coming in the new vehicle, and there is no doubt that a reduced price would be one hell of an upgrade. We will have to wait and see if the new Giga Press arrives in Shanghai later this year. Moving to the last update, Tesla using caliper covers on Model Y performance rear brakes after switching suppliers last summer. Tesla Model Y performance owners are discovering that instead of having larger rear brake calipers and rotors compared to the long-range variant, they are now actually the same size. The discovery is surprising to these owners, but is actually something that Tesla changed back in August and is only being noticed now. Ever since the Model Y performance was introduced, it has had upgraded Brembo rear brakes compared to the long-range variant. Last summer, we exclusively reported on a supplier change where Tesla was switching to Mando for the rear brakes on the Model Y performance, a change which Tesla said at the time would have no impact on braking performance. Some owners are questioning that after discovering the rear brake calipers are now the same as the long-range variant and are painted red and have a caliper cover to make them look larger. Not only do they have a caliper cover, but the rotor is also smaller and now appears to be the same size as the one found on the long-range variant. The change was spotted by ZEV-Centric, an aftermarket Tesla performance parts supplier in California, who took delivery of a new Model Y performance last month and shared several photos and videos of the rear brakes on Twitter. While from a distance, and with the wheel still on, the average owner might not notice the change. Once the caliper cover is removed, the difference is evident, and we can see it is the same as the one found on the long-range variant. We can also see in the image here the difference in the size of the rotor. ZEV-Centric has confirmed with Drive Tesla that the brake pads are smaller and are now the same as those found on the Model Y long range. They have also been able to confirm that the rotor is 2 mm thicker on the Performance compared to the long range, so that now appears to be the only difference in brake components between the Model Y long range and Performance. As noted by ZEV-Centric, a smaller caliper and smaller rotor results in poorer braking performance with less stopping power. Others were quick to note that the average owner won't notice a difference, especially with regenerative braking, which results in many owners rarely even using their brakes, and due to the front brakes doing most of the work when it comes to stopping. Where it might be a different story is if you take your Model Y Performance to the track, where owners require sustained braking performance. With smaller parts, the brakes should have a lower thermal capacity and heat up quicker, meaning the rear brakes could potentially fade sooner. It is worth noting, however, that no tests have been conducted by ZEV-Centric or anyone else to compare the braking performance of the new and old rear brakes, and that when Tesla made the change back in August, they said it would have no impact on braking performance. As we noted at the beginning, this is actually a change that Tesla made back on August 15, 2022, but is only being noticed now. Tesla's design studio still says the Performance variant comes with performance brakes, the same wording that was used on the website prior to August 15. According to other owners in Europe who replied to ZEV-Centric on Twitter, Model Y Performance cars made at Giga Berlin still feature Brembo rear brakes. If you have taken delivery of a Model Y Performance since August and want to know which rear brakes you have, simply tap on the caliper through the wheel. If you hear a hollow sound, you have the Mando rear brakes with the caliper cover. You can also run your finger over the top of the caliper, and if you feel a cavity, then you have the caliper cover. That's it for now. So what are your thoughts about this? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned at the Electric Arena for all the latest Tesla and electric vehicle news.